Colleen Kelly, and this is Round Trip with Colleen Kelly, your go-to podcast for unforgettable travel stories, top tips, and all the adventures that you've been waiting for. And today I'm here with Heidi Hayes with Las Vegas Tourism Convention. We're going to talk all things Vegas, baby. And I'm wearing my little, the only thing I got that's kind of got some sparkles. So excited to talk to you, Heidi. Online right now, Heidi Hayes, she's the director of PR for Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Bureau. I was just there last week.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to talk to you, Heidi, about Vegas because,
Yeah.
I mean, it's on fire.
Oh, I'm so glad to be here, Colleen. And I was at the conference that you were at last week, but we missed each other. So I'm excited to hear about your thoughts about Vegas, and maybe I can sell you on some attractions that you can do next time you come here.
You don't have to sell me because honestly, I was there. So everybody, I was at a conference last week. It's called Go West. It was a tourism conference, and I stayed at the Rio, this hotel. Never stayed there before. It was awesome. The rooms were huge, by the way. I didn't need all that room, but I took it. I loved it. And we had a conference there. And so at a conference, as you all know, you're very busy. I was able to get out a little bit, but that's why I'm excited to talk to Heidi because I had all these people come up to me about all these attractions. And I'm like, why didn't I stay a couple extra days? So let's talk about Vegas for people that maybe, back in the day it was casinos and nightlife. It is so different now. Can you just tell us all about Vegas? I mean, there's so much to tell.
I mean, the good thing is there is still casinos and nightlife, and that is still a big part of who we are and what people want to do. But Las Vegas has really matured. I think that's the best way to say it. That we've grown up in the way of entertainment. We now have professional sports. We still have the nightclubs and the day clubs, and obviously the gambling. But we have so much more to offer in addition to those things. And our resorts are beautiful. You said you stayed at the Rio.
Yeah.
Rio undergoing a lot of renovation right now. It's off the strip, but I think you were up at the Voodoo Lounge, which has a beautiful view of the Las Vegas Strip. So every different resort you go to, there's kind of a little special moment that you could get no matter where you are.
When I stayed at the Rio, first of all, like I said, my room was big, but that's Vegas.
Yeah, that's true.
And then we went up to the rooftop, and like you said, we had a view of all of Vegas, and of course everybody pulled out their cameras because it was so beautiful. And then they had the Voodoo Lounge, and then we went out and it had all crab legs. I don't know. I felt like I was so decadent. It was a great place, and it was a place that I really didn't know about, so that was a really good introduction for me to the Rio. But then I also found out about the show. Well, I knew about the shows, but several people went to the shows. La Mystere, is that correct?
Yeah, Mystere, just Mystere.
Yeah. Pamela, who I co-host a lot of on-air broadcasts with, she is a Broadway person, and she's like, this is incredible. And so tell us about the shows and what you can do, maybe for girlfriends getaways or just what you can do in Vegas. I mean, I know that's a big question to a
That's okay.
That's a big question. Yes.
You gave me some starting off points, so that's good. Let's talk about some of the residency shows. You mentioned Mystere. That's one of the Cirque du Soleil shows, and as you're probably aware, we're home to many of them, including O and Ka. Those are shows that you can go to almost every night. But I will say, back to the first question that you asked, one thing that has really transformed what Las Vegas is the entertainment, and we can't talk entertainment without talking about the Sphere. And Colleen, I know you said you stayed at the conference in the hotel. You didn't get to venture out much, but you saw that Sphere, didn't you?
I did see the Sphere, and I've seen it several times, and it really is. It takes your breath away. I don't think you can understand that until you see it in person.
And then just imagine going inside and watching one of these concerts. So it's part of the landscape now. You see it, and they have a lot of fun. They have an emoji that comes out in the morning and kind of wakes up with people and blinks his eyes. And his name's Orby. He has an official name.
I've seen him.
And then they have a lot of fun with just different holidays. They'll have a pumpkin for Halloween, but the show's inside, so it's fun outside, but you go inside, and we've got some great residencies, but also their their anchor show is The Wizard of Oz. So they've totally remastered that classic 1930s movie, and you are seeing it in full, 360 almost. The tornado comes and there's wind turbines, so you feel the tornado. There's leaves blowing around, but Dorothy is still looking for her dog. And, it's great. And then apples fall from the sky and there's flying monkeys. So I know it sounds like a lot, but it's really just a really cool experience. Kids love it, adults love it, and that's a show that runs multiple times a day, in addition to the residencies. And if we want to talk about the residencies, I saw the Eagles there, but Backstreet Boys, I mean, that has like really brought them. I mean, I guess they never went away.
That's my era.
I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, they've never gone away for a lot of us, but now they're getting a lot of headlines about being Backstreet back. So that's one of the residencies. But what's really cool about Sphere, you've got the Eagles. That's an old-time 70s, 60s, 70s band. U2 kicked it all off. There's Kenny Chesney. There's Zac Brown Band. And Metallica's coming. No Doubt starts at the end of next month, I believe. So
Gwen Stefani?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
They are getting back together. I think it's their first tour in more than a decade. The whole gang is back together, and they're coming out. So I think it just shows also just the different kinds of music. And they're on stage. Yeah, they're there. They're live. They're singing. They're dancing. They're doing everything. But there's a whole show around you, and so it's just. It's unbelievable. So I highly recommend Sphere.
It's like nothing you've ever seen before, really. Yeah. And I have seen it from the outside, but again, next time I am spending 2 days there because, if not longer, maybe a week. Heidi, you need 2 weeks.
Actually, yeah, you could spend a long time here and not do the same thing twice. But if you don't want to go to Sphere, there's, like I mentioned, the Cirque shows. There's all the residencies, like Kelly Clarkson. She's at the Coliseum. Lisa from Blackpink was just announced at the Coliseum. So it's just really sprinkled throughout the destination of all the shows you can see. And then the tours come now too. We have Allegiant Stadium. So Bruno Mars is doing a concert out there. BTS is going to have 4 days, 2 weekends, because they sold out their shows at Allegiant a couple of years ago. So we really have the infrastructure for a group to come and say, well, I want to go see Backstreet, I want to go see Kelly Clarkson, I want to go see, so you can really go to different types of music all in one weekend or all in 1 week.
I mean, that's incredible that you can do all this. And then you can gamble a little bit too, which is always fun. And then you also have more entertainment. So let's say, who was I talking to? There was a virtual reality, it's brand new, and you can go into this room and it's run by AI. So it wasn't just entertainment and shows. It was something really interactive. Can you tell us about those type of interactive experiences?
Yeah, I think you're talking about Area 15.
That's
so
it.
Is that it? Yeah. So
Yes.
that's a little off the strip, and they're these warehouses that have these interactive, experiential. There's a John Wick experience. There's Universal Horror Unleashed, which is a scary fright house every day of the week. Like all year long. It's not just during Halloween time, which honestly I can't do it.
I can't. No.
I don't want people jumping out at me. I don't want scary people touching me. But it's very popular. But that whole Interstellar Arc is a new attraction out there, and then it's anchored by Omega Mart, which is a Meow Wolf, which is this. Yes. You walk in and it's this grocery store, but it has really weird products that you can buy. But then you go through like a freezer and it takes you to a whole other world. And people spend hours in there. There's like a game that you can play, meaning like there's some kind of detective work you can do to figure out what the whole plot is, or you can just go see some weird things.
Okay. Mount Wolf is very,
and you're like, there's slides. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's very, very popular, though. I've heard that from everybody. It's very, very, very popular. Okay, so let's talk about also if there's hidden gems around Las Vegas that maybe people haven't thought about, or you live there, I'm guessing. So are there any hidden gems?
Actually, I'm born and raised in Las Vegas. So I've been here. I've seen this city really transform and evolve, like I said. And so it's been cool to watch in my many years being a local Las Vegan. So the hidden treasures, there's obviously, the Strip is massive, and, everyone knows the Strip, and you can really do your 2 weeks, Colleen, that you want to do on the Strip.
I'm going to have to.
But there's a vibrant downtown area. There's an arts district. We have a Chinatown, which a lot of people don't realize. It's not as big as in New York City, but there's some really delicious, authentic Chinese restaurants and Asian restaurants there. And then I actually live in Henderson, which is about 20 minutes from the strip.
That's where my
But there's
cousin lives.
Oh,
Sorry.
yay! I wonder.
Yeah.
I wonder if we're.
I bet you
We're
know each
neighbors.
other. Yeah. My cousin,
So,
everybody is a restaurateur out there. Okay, keep going.
yeah,
So
which
Henderson
great,
has some
great
great
restaurants, which
restaurants.
are off the strip. Know your cousin, Firefly and Tacos and Beer, which is right down the street from where I'm sitting right now, from my office. So we like to go there. But those are the hidden gems, actually, and some of these restaurateurs who come in and not only plant their flag in a major casino, they'll do some neighborhood restaurants as well.
And I personally love to go to the local places,
Yeah.
because I feel like obviously that's I mean, I like the big Vegas vibe, but also to try to like find the local places where you that grew up there, where do you actually go? Because I know there's probably good places.
Well, there's a great restaurant downtown called Carson Kitchen,
Oh,
which is kind of it's a locals place, but it's downtown too, so it does get its fair share of tourists. But I don't get out a lot. But I went out to dinner last night, and I went to a Henderson restaurant called Gaetano's, and it was
oh,
really good. So we have Lola's Cafe. There's a lot of Ventanos. I could just pepper out some names of locals restaurants, but the food scene here is just crazy. It's so good, and we're getting new restaurants all the time. Like Fontainebleau just opened a brand new restaurant, Cantina Contramar. It's from a Mexico City chef. So there's just every kind of food, like you said.
right. I mean, you could just keep, eating and eating, which is lovely. And you don't have, I heard there's no calories in Vegas. That's what I heard.
No,
Yeah.
no, 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 no,
You
no.
cross that border and there's
Yeah.
like
What
nothing.
happens here stays here, remember? The calories
That's
stay
right.
here, the pounds stay here.
Everything stays in Vegas.
Yeah.
All right, so Vegas is so fun, but there's also a lot of natural highlights. So I am a person I mean, that was so fun to do the Vegas thing, but then head out to the country, out into like nature, and it's just gorgeous there. And I think a lot of people don't know this. So can you
Yeah.
tell us a little bit about the natural highlights in
Yes.
Vegas or around Vegas?
So Las Vegas is actually a valley, so we're surrounded by mountains. One of the most beautiful places you can go is Red Rock, which is a short drive. There's a
Oh,
loop that you can drive through Red Rock Canyon and see the beautiful red rocks, as obviously they are, or you can park and get out and hike. That is probably the closest outdoor activity you can go to. There's also the Valley of Fire, and if you haven't heard of the Valley of Fire, I suggest you Google and see these amazing rock formations that you can go out again hiking and wandering around out there. And then we're also kind of the gateway to a lot of national parks. Like Zion is about a 3-hour drive away. Bryce Canyon is very close. So if you're based in Las Vegas, you can take some very beautiful day trips to some of these national parks, which I know a lot of people like and like to check them off their list. And then we're not too far from a lake, Lake Mead, where you can go, you can water ski, you can rent boats. So the outdoors is not just sitting by the pool at a resort, which I also highly recommend because the people watching is great.
oh
But
yes.
you can go outside and do some water sports. You can hike, you can bike. We even have skiing in the winter at Mount Charleston.
Oh
So
my goodness.
like,
Okay.
you're right. A lot of people don't know about that.
So you know what I'm doing, Heidi, with my family? Every year I go on one trip because I've got college-age students, or not students, sorry, kids, 2 daughters, and we're trying to do one thing a year with them before they fly the coop. So
I'm in the
the
same
thing,
position you are.
are you? Okay, yeah,
Yes.
I've got 20, well, she's actually graduated, but 23 and 21, most people know this. And yeah, I'm just trying to grab them every year to like be with them.
Just
And
hold
so
on.
yeah, I don't know how old your kids are,
I have a
but
21 and an 18. So
okay, yes. I mean, we got to grab them now because then they
we
go
do.
off.
Yes.
But and they get the jobs. They have no time off. But this is the year we go every year to like do some trip to Europe. And this is the year we decided we're going to go to Zion or Bryce, and we're going to do an RV. My husband has a CDL license, so a big RV, and we're going to actually drive there. We haven't planned it yet, but the place we want to go is straight to Vegas because they've never seen Vegas, and then head off exactly what you just said to like Zion or Bryce. I don't have a plan yet. I'm still working on it. But I just thought
That's
they have
perfect.
to see Vegas and they can
Yeah.
fly right. That's where we need to fly into. So it's perfect. Spend a couple days there, or 2 nights, maybe 3 days, probably.
Yeah.
and
No,
then
I
head
think
off.
that's perfect. Yeah, it's a perfect base, and you know what? They can have fun here. You can go, and kind of hit all of these fun places that you want to. Then you can get in the RV. Your husband can drive. You can
Yeah, I
relax,
don't want to drive.
in the back. You can watch, the movies and stuff like that. And then you can go to the national parks and kind of relax or
Yeah.
do, kind of a hard hike. But that's perfect to start in Vegas and then kind of go out and go visit some of these national monuments. It's perfect.
Yeah, we've never, I mean, I've been to Vegas, obviously many times. They have not. So to see their expressions is going to be priceless. And then to go off, like you said, and just do some horseback riding or things like that would
And that's
be
good
fun.
ages too. How old did
Yeah.
you say they are?
So 21 and 23.
Okay, so they
I
can actually gamble. They could play a
yes.
little. It's,
They
you
they
don't have
can
to spend
drink.
thousands of
Yeah.
dollars. You can just do a couple just to get
Oh,
that like, that rush or fun, or they
yeah.
can be crushed in the first hand and walk away. So that's
My
okay too.
dad always taught me that. He said, like, okay, this is your whatever, $100. This is called entertainment. And once
Yep.
you lose it, you walk away. But then one time I started winning. He was trying to teach me a lesson, and I was 21 and I kept winning. And he goes, okay, wait a minute.
Colleen, I got to
but
tell you. So
but then I
my son,
lost.
my
Yeah.
son just turned 21 in
Yeah.
February. He went out to the strip to gamble for the very first time. I taught him how to play blackjack. I'm I'm sorry if people don't think I'm a good mom.
No,
He
that's a
went out and
great
he
thing.
won. He won like a couple
Oh,
of $100s, and I was like, "No, you're not supposed to win.
I was
You're
supposed to
supposed to
cheat.
have fun and then walk away with nothing."
Yeah, that they
So
won. You're like,
yeah,
oh, wait a minute. But it's so fun. I mean, and I
yeah,
always say it is entertainment. You set your limit, and
yeah.
sometimes you walk away with like $40 or maybe more. I don't know, but it's fun. It's entertainment. So,
I always
but
say if you're going to spend $150 for a show, budget that. That's your show, and then
yeah,
hopefully you can, last for a couple of hours.
yeah, that's Vegas.
Yeah.
That's Vegas. It's awesome. Well, we're very excited to go. Like you just said, they're 21 and 23. So if I had gone a couple of years ago, it wouldn't have happened. So I
Yeah.
didn't even think about that. So thank you for that.
I love that.
And,
I
and,
love
s-
that.
and speaking of that, so they are going to be first timers, people that have never been to Vegas. What would you say they should do?
Well, I
Because
would
there's
say that
so much.
there is so much, but there's some like really iconic, things that you should do, like the Bellagio fountains.
Oh,
That's free. You go. There's a different show, different music that plays. So that's a really good one to start at because it's free. It's outside, and then pop into the Bellagio and you can see the conservatory, which is beautiful and again free. That you can go to, and that's what take the pictures for the gram or whatever the kids are using these days. I would also go out to the Welcome to Las Vegas sign too. That's become such a popular
oh,
tourist attraction. Again, it's free, but probably just wandering into uh, the iconic hotels like Caesar's Palace. Just go walk through and see where the guys from The Hangover, like kind of walk through. But like, just as you know, Colleen, these places are so massive, and I don't think you understand until you get lost in Caesar's
yeah.
Palace or
Y-
one of these, the Venetian. It's just fun to wander around.
And you said like it's free. The Bellagio, like fountains are free. I didn't know the observatory was free. That's
Yeah,
incredible. And of
yeah,
course, you have to have the sign. I haven't done the sign. I have to do that with them.
yeah,
Uh,
that's fun too. And there's
yeah.
actually some good parking now there, whereas people used to have to park on the street and kind of jump over and play Frogger through the traffic. But now there's
Oh,
there's actual parking spots that your Uber or your camper, I think, could go park, and then you just snap a picture and leave.
okay, we have to do that. That sounds
Yeah,
great. So those
good
are
to
the
start.
fun. Yeah, I mean the whole people watching is free, and you could spend hours doing that. I mean I just sit there and watch people. It's so interesting. But okay, so there's all these things going on right now. Are there more new developments going on? Because I'm guessing it's Vegas, so
It's
that's
it's
a
Vegas.
yes. Yeah.
So we have. Are you familiar with the Real Housewives? You know that franchise?
Oh yeah.
Yes, of course we do.
Yes.
So
Yes.
Lisa Vanderpump is rebranding the Cromwell. So we were going to have the Vanderpump Hotel on Great Center Strip. It's Las Vegas Boulevard in Flamingo, and they're taking reservations now for the end of May. So that's going to be something new that you can see. And there's also a big guitar being constructed in the middle of the strip. I don't know if you got to see that, but the Hard Rock is opening where
Oh,
the Mirage once stood. So that's under construction right now, and I think that's slated to open probably next year. So those are kind of the new things, but we also have a lot of sports news. We just announced last week that the Super Bowl is coming back to Las Vegas
I
in
saw that.
yeah in
What year is that
2029.
again? That's
29.
huge.
It's
Okay, so make your
Super
reservations
Bowl
now if you
3.
can get in. 20
Yes.
29. Okay.
2029. So we have a
Wow.
couple of years to prepare for that. We're also getting the A's baseball franchise, and so there's a new baseball field being constructed. Again, like right next to the airport, right center strip at Tropicana, where the Tropicana was. We've got the Vegas Golden Knights, we've got the Las Vegas Aces, we've got the Las Vegas Raiders. So sports is really something big that we have, not only for our home teams, but we just hosted the Frozen Four, which is the hockey playoff for college. We have college football playoffs coming next year. So we just really bring in a lot of events that bring a lot of eyes to Las Vegas too.
Okay, so Heidi, your whole team at Visit Las Vegas, do you sleep at night at all? Like, do you
Well,
sleep
I
like
don't
2
stay on
hours
the
a
strip.
night?
I
Like,
don't stay on the strip, so I get sleep. Yeah, yeah. No, it's fun. It's so it's. I feel very grateful to not only be able to talk about my hometown, but a place that's so dynamic that we're always talking about things that are new. And generally, people have fun when they come to Vegas. They come with an expectation. They're happy. They're
yeah.
ready to party, and they're usually leaving a little more tired,
Oh.
feeling the effects of Las Vegas. But we do surveys with visitors all the time, and it's always exceeds expectations for the most part. So that's really gratifying for us.
And the last question I have is some people think, I mean, back in the day, like 30 years ago, Vegas was very inexpensive, but it didn't offer all these opportunities either, not even close. Are there different levels for people? So, you want to do it up, great. But if you're like, okay, I've got a budget, can they still do Vegas? Is that still
every every price point. And in fact, if someone's thinking about now or this summer, MGM Resorts, the Luxor and Excalibur, they just announced some all-inclusive offers that they have. So it takes, for I think a price, a couple of $100, you get your room, you get food, you get entertainment. It's all inclusive. So there's a lot of really good deals happening right now.
where? Where is that? I'm sorry. Can you say that? Who's
Yeah,
doing
sorry,
that?
I'm talking so fast. I want to get
No,
everything.
no.
So,
I'm curious who's doing the all exclusive because that's very helpful.
Luxor and Excalibur.
Okay.
They
Okay.
just announced a couple of weeks ago, but it's a couple $100. You get your room, you get your meals, you get your drinks, you get your show tickets. You can go see Carrot Top, and you get a ticket to ride the roller coaster at New York, New York. So it's an amazing deal, frankly. And a
Okay.
couple of other resorts have some, not all inclusive, but if you book your room, we're going to give you this $250 in food and beverage, which
Okay,
kind of makes up for
there's a
your.
reason I'm asking you this, Heidi, and that's because when we're taking this RV, this is the first year, we're gonna bring their significant others. So this is great for families too. I
Yes.
always like the fact that you know what you're getting into. You're just kind of like, this is the price. Of course, there's always gonna be extras, but just knowing that you're in for an all-inclusive, great.
Yeah, so
Great.
just Google it. You can find out, but it's
Yeah.
Excalibur and Luxor, and I don't think you'll be disappointed with what you're getting.
What is a good time of year to visit Vegas?
Any time of year.
Okay.
We are at the desert, so I would say that it gets a little warm in July and August and September. So every place you go into will have air conditioning. So if you want to stay inside, it's fine. But I think the spring, but the summer will be great, and I'm going to just list all the seasons.
Well, and there might be different prices for somebody in August if it's super hot, or is
Yeah,
it
that's
pretty
true.
much the same all year?
I would say probably some competitive pricing in the summer months.
Where can people find more information about Las Vegas, baby? As I say.
You can go to visitlasvegas.com, and we have several tabs that you can say, what are you looking for? Outdoor experiences, what to do with kids. So a lot of really good content. And then if you're not following our social channels at Vegas, I encourage you to. We have some amazing content creators that just go out and do the best things. They do things that I'm like, wait, I didn't know about that. So they're at Vegas at all of the social channels.
I've seen some of those content creators, and I'm like, I don't even know how some of them do some of the things they do, but it's incredible. It's entertaining just to watch that.
I love
So
it.
definitely subscribe to at Vegas, because obviously this is a channel that is always changing and always developing, so you can stay on top of that. Thank you, Heidi, for coming on the show. I love talking to you about Vegas. I'm going to come back.
I can't
So
wait for you
if
to
you'll
come
have
back.
me, I'll actually get to see
Anytime.
more, which would be
Yeah,
great.
definitely.
Yeah, I'll have to
Thank
see
you
my
so much
cousin.
for having me.
All right, thanks, Heidi. All right, we'll see you soon. I'll see you next time I come to Vegas. I'll
Well,
find more sparkle to wear.
oh yeah, we didn't even
I
talk
know.
about the sparkles.
Oh yeah, so everybody, like I had I had a green shirt on, and it was too Irish. So I went to look for sparkle and couldn't find it in my closet anywhere, except for this one shirt that's got a little sparkle.
Next
So
time, just
yeah.
call me. I've got plenty.
Okay, good. I'll just hit up your closet. Thanks, Heidi. All right. Have a good week, and we'll see you soon in Vegas. Oh my gosh, that was awesome because we learned so much about Vegas. So many things that I didn't know. I'm sure you didn't know either. There is so much going on. It almost makes my head spin. But it was really cool to kind of catch up on that and not just know about Vegas in general, but also the natural places you can go outside of Vegas. Thanks for listening to Round Trip. For more inspiration, follow us on at Round Trip Colleen Kelly on all socials. You can also visit roundtripcolleenkelly.com for more information and travel articles. And if you'd like to get in touch with us, you can reach us at roundtripcolleenkelly@gmail.com. And finally, if you like what you hear, please follow, subscribe, and leave us a comment here as you listen, because I would love to connect with you all.